Yer, what's good? It's your boy, the Top Slug, the Sofa King, and I'm back with another video. Yeah, man, it's chilly out here, man. I'm out here in the DMV. It's cold. It's kind of windy. I don't like it, but you know, we're gonna get through the winter. Or whatever it is. I guess it's getting closer to spring now, but it's just starting to really get cold. But you know, it is what it is, man. Hopefully this doesn't last that long, just because, man, the snow, the ice, the cold, all that type of shit slows things down, you know what I mean? And for me, I think that it hurts business wise, money wise, just because, you know, it's not the season that a lot of people need my services as much. But you know, we grinding through it. I'm actually having a real good month. Hopefully it'll go into a good February, and you know, just trying to build, man, trying to keep getting it. Still on that goal, still on that path, headed towards that goal, and you know, we're gonna make it, man, one way or another. So, you know, I'm just popping in. You see me, I got the salmon, the salmon and the coral on. You know, I want to give a little flavor. It was a sunny day, even though it was cold, but you know, trying to do something different, man, trying to, you know, shut a repertoire. But I wanted to pop in with a video, fresh off of work, fresh off the grind as usual, putting in my 60 plus, trying to get it. It's been a couple days since I've been able to like really relax and, you know, have some time for myself, but such is life, you know, that's how it is for, you know, especially us grown folk, you know, men specifically. I can speak to that battle just because, you know, we have to be the ones to constantly have that value of being productive, you know, that's everybody. But as a man especially, you know, you got to grind, you got to work, you got to build, you got to lead, whatever it may be. So that's where I'm at right now, and you know, still on that path, like I said. So either way, I don't even really know what I want to talk about today. I wanted to do something because it's, you know, been a little minute. It's been a few days since I actually put something together, put some content out, or at least it feels maybe longer than it has been, but you know, I'm here now. So yeah, we'll see. People hit my line. I'm looking at the text, I'm sorry. But yeah, man, one thing I did want to speak about, you know, I know recently certain things have transpired in the federal government that have kind of overturned some of the things that they've tried to do pertaining to, let's call it the cooties, and like having the cootie shot and being protected against the cooties and having your boosters and everything else that goes into that whole shit. But yeah, man, I mean, if not for that, if you don't, then you have to get tested constantly, periodically, every week, or they wanted you to. You know, that was recently overturned by the Supreme Court. And it's interesting because on the ground level, like for somebody like me, I was in that situation. I've been getting tested, you know, whether I'm vaccinated or not. I've been getting tested just to protect myself. You know, I do a job where I'm in constant contact with other people, and, you know, who knows what type of, you know, care they take for themselves. So, you know, I have to go the extra mile to make sure I'm keeping myself safe and my family and the people around me, especially those that are high risk. So that's just kind of part of my, you know, protocol already. And being that it was kind of forced, I had to make sure that, you know, I did it just to not have any issues. And, you know, it was like a headache, to be honest with you, man, just to have to make time to go and find a facility. But, you know, even with the overturning of that law, they still doing it, you know, and that's the one thing that kind of came from that, is that even though that was overturned, I feel like all these private businesses, they still have the right to do what they want and kind of conduct business how they want. And now that they know that that's acceptable, you know, they're going to take full advantage. So hopefully, if you have been affected by, you know, not only the cooties, right, not only the cooties, but also, just the things that's gone around with it, the layoffs, the mandates, the different, things that you may or may not have to do constantly, the changes in our personal lives that it's caused, being stuck inside. Hopefully you're doing all right with that, and hopefully your livelihood is still, productive, and you're able to be successful throughout. But the one thing that I did want to speak on, pertaining to that was just the fact that it's so divisive, right? Like, that's the one thing I've seen, just kind of watching and experiencing a lot of things over this whole kind of year and a half, 2 years that this has been going on. And it's been interesting, It's been kind of sad. It's been kind of unfortunate just to see people, move in ways that I don't think they normally would. I mean, this is something that really just came about in the past 2 years. And, honestly, everybody's kind of just adapting and adjusting to it. But like the way some people are kind of, falling for, I don't want to say falling for, because that's, my opinion, but the way some people are kind of, getting into, that type of mindset where this is normalized, and some of the things that they're forcing on people is normalized. And they're also kind of, fighting that battle for the government, in the sense of, what everybody should or shouldn't do. There's also the people who believe in the conspiracy theories that, it's microchips and all these different things. It's a lot of different sides to the equation, and it's been just so divisive, I feel, because I've seen people within my own kind of social circles and kind of family, be separated, or their ideals or their mentalities be challenged by each other, and just their personal life choices for themselves and their body and their own health be like questioned, based off of somebody else's opinion. And whether or not you choose to get the shot, I think that it's important that you let other people do what they want to do, and it's not so simple to not care, but it's also to, understand that some people, just have different beliefs, and they've educated themselves in different ways that leads them to a point where they don't really feel like it's for them. And that's got to be understood. And the people who do choose to get it, that has to be understood as well, because there is certain, pushes that, it's easy to see somebody having to succumb to, having to choose between work, being able to produce for your family, and getting, whichever your chosen drug of choice is. In this instance, it's not that difficult for some people. If I'm making so much money, or I'm in a position where I have to be the one that kind of get it, and I don't have time to kind of slow things down, and not to mention, they won't let me do my job that I've studied and trained for and worked under for however many years. They won't let me do it if I don't make this choice, right? And I can see how somebody can be pushed in that direction, or can just think that's the best case scenario for them. And I can see how somebody could think, if I choose not to, then, I'm also doing that with a clear conscience and the right information that leads me to believe that, at least up until this point, it's also not something I want to do, and that's a big choice, because that's your body, that's what you put into your body, that's kind of your mindset. As far as, like me, I'm a person that's mind over matter, right? So I don't really do a lot of that type of stuff, even when it came to like just the typical everyday thing, and not everyday thing, but the seasonal stuff that we deal with. I don't even want to say certain words just because it's like that, but there's certain versions of what's going on right now that have always existed, or at least for the past however many years. And if you haven't been one to get sick a lot, and you choose to kind of just live your life a certain way and take care of your body a certain way, then this may not be for you just from a mental standpoint, right? This may be something that goes against that whole mentality of mind over matter, right? You're doing something that, you don't typically want to do, and putting something into your body that you normally wouldn't, out of fear, And I can see a lot of people not wanting to move in that type of mindset as well, and I definitely understand that. But, it is what it is, because it's also like you just may be inconvenienced to a point where you can't really make that decision, right? Like right now, if you live in New York City, you can't really do anything if you're not, protected against the cooties, right? And it's like, how can you even live like that as a young adult, or somebody who has to be social, be active, be outside to make money, right? Like what I do right now, I have to be around people. I don't have the luxury of going remote, or just kind of staying in the house, or not networking and socializing to kind of maximize what I'm doing. And I've been almost of a different mind to say, like, what if I have to, or what if I have to do something just to make my life easier and take care of my children, right? Like, I'm not gonna not do that. So God forbid I be put in that situation. So luckily I haven't up until this point, and I hope I'm not. And we'll see what happens. But the big thing is, at least within your social circle and your personal network, you don't want it to be such a contentious thing, right? Like I've seen literal arguments break out in group messages over whether or not someone is, choosing to do that. And I've seen people give like extra opinionated insight on both sides of the fence, right? And there's typically certain conversations that people jump to that just kind of, we can't really say they're true at this point, even if you're saying how, it may protect you from dying. I mean, who wants to put fear like that in somebody's heart to get that point across? And who knows if it's even that simple, right? That's like somebody telling you to eat healthy and you won't get cancer, right? That's not true. You know what I mean? There's people who live very healthily and they die of the same diseases that unhealthy people die from. So it's not that black and white. Obviously, you give yourself the best chance in certain situations. But in this case, I don't really know if that's what it is, so much that's unknown and so new that who can really say? And when you try to tell somebody, okay, yeah, this is what it is based off of something you heard or something you read by people who are inclined to push an agenda, then it's going to be hard for someone who isn't, at this point, who isn't trying to do that. They're not going to listen anyway. So it's just arguing, right? I believe in live and let live. You let people do what they're going to do, and you do what's best for you. And obviously, if everybody's moving with that same goal, then you'll just, do what works for you, especially in these type of personal decisions. And you have to live with the results and take accountability either way it goes. And I think that most people are willing to do that. But with that being said, everybody has to have an opinion. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm sure you, just like me, I've learned about life. Everybody always has an opinion, and just how much they're willing to express that opinion pertaining to certain topics is going to be the real, question of whether you can even, get along with somebody or take their, advice or insight a certain way, because, we all are kind of biased in a way. So I think that some people are trying to justify the decision that they've made, right? And they want it to make sense, so they have to go against things that maybe somebody else may be making valid points to not move in a certain way. And, if I'm wholehearted believing that I did what was best for me, then maybe in a genuine way, I think that you could even want somebody to do the same thing because you think it may be best for them. But we got to learn, just like with anything else, you can't make decisions for people. You know what I mean? That goes with your friends, your family, outside of your children who, are under your care. We all got, the right of choice. We all have the freedom, quote unquote, of choice. And I think that, however people exercise that, we got to be respectful of it. And it shouldn't be something that draws lines between family and friends, especially something brand new like this. I mean, that's like, not kicking it with somebody because they're a Republican or a Democrat, or, because they believe in alternative theories about, religion or whatever else. It's like you have to have room for somebody to be them. And if you're really convicted in your spirit about something, then you're going to do what you do, and you're not going to be worried about what somebody else chooses, and it'll be easy for you to just kind of let that go, I feel, because it's going to be like, all right, well, that's you, and I'm going to do me regardless, and I don't really need that validation that comes from everybody kind of doing the same thing. I'm willing to kind of stand on my own 10 toes, and I think that's how it should be. And if you're thinking like that, you won't really spend a whole lot of time trying to argue whichever side you're on, because you understand that it's a personal choice, right? Unless you are someone who is just kind of assimilating to the norm, then there's no reason to kind of push it on somebody. If it's something that I thought out, I researched, I did all these different things, and I made the decision that was best for me, then I can't really put that on somebody else, because when I did it, I was thinking about myself versus whatever general things that may be pushing people in one direction or the other. So, I'm sure it's one of those things that'll continue to happen. Hopefully it's dying down, but it's like every time something dies down, there's an outbreak or a real surge in cases and all these different things that ends up leading the conversation to kind of come right back around, and I'm more inclined to the people who just ain't trying to talk about it, man. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm so tired of hearing people's opinions. I'm so tired of hearing about how this is being forced, that is being forced, people losing their jobs, etc. It's something that hopefully we can deal with better as we go along, but we can kind of start working to move past in a lot of different ways. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm very tired of it. I've seen, like, recently, the thing that comes to my mind is that I was in a group chat with like aunts and uncles and cousins and all these different relatives, and somebody just put a post pushing people to get taken care of in that way. And me, as somebody who I have my own beliefs, I just kind of looked at it and moved on, right? But then I saw it out the day, my phone is blowing up, and it's like this whole big argument back and forth, this and that, about whether or not you should do it, and somebody saying that you shouldn't, and somebody getting upset basically for, another person just posting an article, which, is kind of silly. But then also at the same time, I get that at this point, right, like you're not going to convince somebody who hasn't already, taken that step. So it's like you have to kind of be smart and strategic about how you even approach somebody about it. And then with that being said, you got to be willing to just kind of live and let live, right? Like that's how it should be, I would think. But what do I know, but yeah, man, other than that, things have been good. I don't know. Ain't really talking about much. Just not really much to talk about. Every time I come home, I'm pretty tired. So it's almost like right now I'm trying to just get this in to get it in. But as soon as I can kind of hop out these clothes and relax and do my little 1-2, I will be in a much better mood. And hopefully, I'll do this video, and maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll try to put some work in and stay up late, but just want to be productive in that sense, right? So I don't know. Other than that, life is good, man. Like I said, it's been a good month from work, and I got to spend some quality time with my children over the Black holiday that we just had, Martin Luther King Day. It was pretty good, nice couple 5-6 days with them. Felt good to try and kind of come home and just be able to spend time with them really quick on a humble without doing a whole bunch. And everybody's safe, everybody's healthy, and I hope that continues. That's all I can really wish and ask for, And I'll try to stop this one at 20 minutes, man. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna come back with something else though. I'm gonna try to find something better to talk about. I just wanted to pop in. I actually just did this because I sat down and I said, if I don't record and I just sit here and do something and say something, and I just won't, And nobody even watched the last time, so you probably won't watch this shit either unless you just like my outfit or something and you just click the video. But shout out to you. If you do click on like, subscribe, comment, leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know how these things are affecting you. What type of nonsense have you seen pertaining to this thing? And I hope that all the slugs out there, like me, I mean, we don't really have a lot of time to put thought and energy into something that is really a negative, and at the end of the day, we can't control or really run from. So it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. I hope that everybody's staying safe. I hope that everybody's protecting themselves. Wash your hands, wash your ass, teach your children the proper ways to take care of themselves and protect themselves while they're in school, and get tested, man. Make sure that you if you're not going that extra step, just make sure that you're doing what you need to do to keep everybody safe, or at least do your due diligence to know your status, right? Just like with an STD test. You don't want to be out here slinging, you know what I mean? And you just don't know what's going on with yourself. Please take care of yourself. This stuff is serious. People are dying. I hope that your families haven't been affected too much. I hope that the people that I know, and myself and everybody else out there who may have been affected, I hope that you're doing well and your people are staying strong. And not much else to say, man. I hope you like the video. I hope you subscribe to the channel. I hope to have something better to talk about, man. I'm just kind of sitting here rambling, but staying consistent if I can say that. I'm trying to put more videos up. I'm trying to just find a groove with this shit. But it's also just a pastime. So it's only so much I got for you. I'm sorry. Trying to get it, trying to make it, trying to be successful and productive in this world. You're pretty spread thin. So hopefully we can improve, man. I hope to get some free time this weekend, but I'm trying to grind. I gotta end the month strong, get this money. I'm trying to clear a nice little amount, and I'm trying to come back and do some things where I can add to the channel, set some things up in a different way. I feel good about life. I hope you do too. I hope you're taking it easy, right? Whatever you do, get that time for yourself. Take care of yourself. And watch another video, please. All right? Thank you. Top Slug, Sofa King. I'm out of here, brother. Holla at me.